YouTube world, YouTube world. What's going on? Hope you're feeling good. Hope you're feeling great. Let's get it in. I touched on human cloning, but I'm gonna touch on it more. Fuck it. Cloning is real. They've been cloning human beings. Check this out, man. The Egyptians, other civilizations, advanced civilizations that came before your monkey ass was been cloning. You just don't understand the science behind it. You think it's science fiction. You think it's fake because of entertainment, because of sci-fi and shit. You don't think it's real, but you got Bill Clinton, the former president of the United States, ban human cloning. If it's not real, why would they ban human cloning? Why would it be serious enough for the former president of the United States even talk about it? But we're gonna get it in. Let's go.
Glad to be joined this morning by the Vice President, Secretary Shalala, Dr. Harold Varmus, the head of NIH, Dr. Harold Shapiro, the President of Princeton and the Chairman of our Bioethics Advisory Commission, and Dr. Jack Gibbons, the President's Advisor on Science and Technology. All of whom know a lot about and care a lot about this issue we are discussing today. The recent breakthrough in animal cloning is one that could yield enormous benefits, enabling us to reproduce the most productive strains of crop and livestock, holding out the promise of revolutionary new medical treatments and cures, helping to unlock the greatest secrets of the genetic code. But unlike the splitting of the atom, this is a discovery that carries burdens as well as benefits. Science often moves faster than our ability to understand its implications. That is why we have a responsibility to move with caution and care, to harness the powerful forces of science and technology so that we can reap the benefit while minimizing the potential danger. This new discovery raises the troubling prospect that it might someday be possible to clone human beings from our own genetic material. There is much about cloning that we still do not know, but this much we do know. Any discovery that touches upon human creation is not simply a matter of scientific inquiry. It is a matter of morality and spirituality as well. My own view is that human cloning would have to raise deep concerns, given our most cherished concepts of faith and humanity. Each human life is unique, born of a miracle that reaches beyond laboratory science. I believe we must respect this profound gift and resist the temptation to replicate ourselves. At the very least, however, we should all agree that we need a better understanding of the scope and implications of this most recent breakthrough. Last week, I asked our National Bioethics Advisory Commission, headed by President Harold Shapiro of Princeton, to conduct a thorough review of the legal and the ethical issues raised by this new cloning discovery, and to recommend possible actions to prevent its abuse, reporting back to me by the end of May. In the meantime, I am taking further steps to prevent human cloning. The federal government currently restricts the use of federal funds for research involving animals. After reviewing these restrictions, our administration believes that there are loopholes that could allow the cloning of human beings if the technology were developed. Therefore, today I am issuing a directive that bans the use of any federal funds for any cloning of human beings.
So, why would he ban it if cloning human is not possible? Why would he ban it if cloning human is not possible? You see, they already been cloning humans. They already been cloning humans. Especially your celebrities, man. This is why, for instance, a celebrity might get into a car crash, they might be end up at a hospital, and then they come out looking different. That's because they've been cloning them. You see, when you're somebody like Jay-Z, Beyonce, when you're somebody like Brad Pitt, you know, A-list celebrities, high top-notch celebrities, you have to be cloned. That's the way they control you. You have to be cloned, man. Once you sign on a dotted line in a contract, you signing your way. You signing your way your essence, man. You signing your way your body to Hollywood, to the music industry. They own that shit. They own your image. Therefore, they can clone you countless of times, man. Michael Jackson was a clone. The white Michael Jackson was a clone. They have many Michael Jackson clones. Gucci Mane clone. Hell, they'll even clone a regular fucking person, bro. If you was born in a hospital in the U.S., man, you probably most likely got a clone. Just like the movie Us told you about. The movie Us told you that shit. The cartoon show, the Proud Family told you that shit. I have an island full of cloned people, regular people, just to do an experiment on you, or to try to control you, maybe even blackmail you. Shit is real, ladies and gentlemen. It's not sci-fi, man. Let's get it in.
Or undertake such activity. Of course, a great deal of research and activity in this area is supported by private funds. That is why I am urging the entire scientific and medical community, every foundation, every university, every industry that supports work in this area, to heed the federal government's example. I'm asking for a voluntary moratorium on the cloning of human beings until our Bioethics Advisory Commission and our entire nation have had a real chance to understand and debate the profound ethical implications of the latest advances. As we gain a fuller understanding of this technology, we must proceed not just with caution, but also with a conscience. By insisting that not a single taxpayer dollar supports human cloning, and by urging a moratorium on all private research in this area, we can ensure that as we move forward on this issue, we weigh the concerns of faith and family and philosophy and values, not merely of science alone. Thank you very much.
How do you think the Vice President did in his rebuttal yesterday? And do you agree with him that you two are in a separate category in terms of fundraising from federal property?
Well, I thought, number one, I thought he did very well, and I agree with the statement he made. And I agree that what he did was legal. But I also agree with the decision that he made. I would remind you that we knew we had a very stiff challenge. We were fighting a battle not simply for our re-election, but over the entire direction of the country for years to come. The most historic philosophical battle we had in America in quite a long time. Over the direction of the budget, over our commitment.
Very pleased to announce that the first baby clone is born.
First baby clone is born.
Yesterday at 11:55 a.m. in the country where she was born. So this will not give you more details about the location. She's fine. We call her Eve. Between us, you knew that, of course. Some suggested it, and I thought it was a good idea, actually. You won't have the right name. And, you know, for a long time, I thought that this press conference will be with the baby, the parents, the scientists, everybody surrounding me, and having pleasure announcing it. I'm alone. And there is a reason to that, is that it hasn't been easy to face the world with this announcement. And we've been discussing with the parents the last 3 months how we would handle today. and they decided not to show up yet. They will. I hope they will. And I wish them well. We with human eggs in China.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is back in 2002, man. First human clone baby, and they call her Eve. A clone fucking baby. And you don't think that the government already have advanced technology that they got from the aliens to clone human beings? You don't think your celebrities are clones? Rappers, actors, athletes? Think about it. If you have a hot actor that is at his prime, he or she, they're at their prime, they might get into a car accident and they die, they're gonna lose money. You know what they're gonna do? Clone that motherfucker, and they continue to make money off of their image. You don't think they're doing that? I gotta wake up, man. You guys have to wake up, man. They again, they've been cloning humans, bro. You know what I mean? But let's continue.
Hi. Good morning.
This woman cloned her dog, y'all.
About 6 weeks now?
Yes.
Oh, how's he doing? How's he adjusting?
He's doing very well. He's adjusting. He's adjusting pretty well.
So is it like having trouble back again? Your original dog?
Yes. I mean, I do know the original Trouble isn't here anymore. And
You do know that?
Yes, I
Okay.
do know. Yes,
All right,
I do
just
know that he died. Everybody I know.
Right.
But he does, show me a lot of the same, characteristics that Trouble did. He does the same things that he did.
Like what are some of the similarities?
Well, when I play with him, he bounces around a lot. He likes to lay on the floor and extends his legs out. He loves going underneath the bed, and then when you go near the bed, he tries to bite your feet, and that's exactly what Trouble did.
Why did you? I'm a dog lover, animal lover. I had dogs and cats. My Jack Russell is 14. I don't even want to think about
Right.
what's going to happen one day. But to spend that kind of money?
Well, I wanted to do this back in 2005 when I first heard about it. So Trouble was very much alive and healthy. And I read about it, so I said, let me get some DNA from him. So when he had to go in for some procedure that he had to go in for anyway, I had asked the vet, I said, could you get me some DNA out of him? So he was like, sure. So this was something I thought of way before, Trouble he was still around. I wanted to actually clone him while he was still alive because I would have loved to see how they would interact with one another, but it wasn't really perfected, and it was just something that was just being spoken about and not really done often.
And how is Double Trouble different from Trouble?
So far, I really don't see any difference.
Really?
I really don't see much of a difference.
And he's so well behaved.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
When you get home, because he is very much.
Yeah, he's a
much
typical puppy.
Yeah.
He's typical, likes to jump around. I think he's just out of his element, so he's just very looking around.
Now, there's some people at home that are like going, they're scratching their head a little bit right now. So what do you say to those folks?
Like I said before, this is what I did because this is what I chose to do, and I'm not saying it's for everybody out there to do. This was my choice, and it's what I wanted.
And you're happy.
Very extremely
And
happy.
Double Trouble seems very happy and very chill.
Are you happy?
Right
You're
now.
happy, right?
Yeah, I'm not going to get in trouble because I'm going to smell like him, and KJ's going to go.
A clone dog, ladies and gentlemen. A life form is being cloned, bruh. And you think they can't clone a human being? I want to show you a clip of Kevin Hart telling you the truth in plain sight, but he's doing it in a jokingly manner. But let's continue.
There you are. How you doing? I have a clone. I was gonna say that. There's two of you. Cats on Facebook. There you are. Television. There you are. How you doing? I have a clone. I was gonna say that. There's two of you. Cats out the bag. Okay. It's about a good 3 of me. We broke it. They didn't want to release it yet. This is major news that I'm giving you. All right. I'm the first person to ever use it. I'm cloned. Okay. All right. I appreciate it. So I'm able to do all that I do. How do you?
Truth in plain sight. But because he's a comedian, people don't take him seriously. I done showed you Bill Clinton banned human cloning. I done showed you that the lady had a clone human baby. And I done show you the woman had a clone dog. Now Kevin Hart is telling you that he's cloned, but you think that he's playing because he's a comedian. These people are telling you the truth in plain sight, but you don't want to believe it. You can't believe it because you've been programmed a certain way, man. Kevin Hart told you he has a clone. Think about it. Kevin Hart worth millions of dollars. If this nigga die, they lose millions. He said there's a good 3 version of him. And you don't think artists like Michael Jackson's not cloned? You don't think artists like Beyonce not cloned? You don't think the actresses and the actors that be playing those Avengers movies, Scarlett Johansson, Chris Evans, you don't think those people got clones if Kevin Hart have one? Come on, man.
Television, there you are. How do you do it? I have a clone. I was gonna say that. There's 2 of you. Cat's out the bag. Okay? It's about a good 3 of me. We broke it. They didn't want to release it yet. This is major news that I'm giving you. All right. I'm the first person to ever use it. I'm cloned. Okay. All right. I appreciate it. So I'm able to do all that I do. How do you do it? I look on Twitter. There you are. Facebook. There you are. Television. There you are. How do you do it? I have a clone. I was gonna say that. There's 2 of you. Cat's out the bag. Okay?
He's not even laughing. He didn't say, I'm just kidding.
They didn't want to release it yet. This is major news that I'm giving you. All right. I'm the first person to ever use it. I'm cloned. Okay. All right. I appreciate it. So I'm able to do all that I do. I have a clone. I was gonna say that. There's 2 of you. Cat's out the bag. Okay? It's about a good 3 of me. We broke it. They didn't want to release it yet. This is major news that I'm giving you. All right. I'm the first person to ever use it. I'm cloned.
Terrifying car crash back in September of 2019. TMZ reports that no one in the car that night has filed a lawsuit or been sued. On September 1st, Hart was a passenger in his 1970 Plymouth Barracuda when the driver of the car, Hart's friend and producer Jared Black, lost control and crashed through some wooden fencing. It was just before 1 a.m. in Malibu, California. The blue Barracuda crashed about 10 feet off the road and into a ditch, leaving both men with major back injuries and landing Hart in the operating room for spinal surgery. He recently opened up about the aftermath of that crash in an interview with Men's Health, explaining that his recovery process has led him to do better and prioritize his family even more, which his wife, Aniko Parrish, is happy about. She tells Men's Health, quote, "There were times where he was here, but not really here. Not to say he wasn't a family man before, but he's expressed that the accident made him make up for some of the time missed because of work." Meanwhile, Hart went on to add, "I'm not trying to get back to where I was before. I want to do better than before. It's a resurrection. That's the best way for me to put it. I feel like the other version of myself died in that moment, and this new version was born to understand and to do better. I'm glad this is coming now. I'm getting older. I'm 40. This is when I'm supposed to start realizing this bleep." That was his quote. Hart says that the hardest part is slowing down and being patient. He tells the outlet, "I'm telling Dr. Pat and boss that I want to do 2-a-days at the gym," and they're like, "Sit your stupid..."
The other version of me died. That's because it did die, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you. They cloning them in case these type of shit happen. They might die in a car crash. Sometimes they might get shot, and they have to replace them because it's a lot of money. Hollywood is a $1 billion industry, man. They be cloning these people, you know what I mean? But let's continue. Y'all know how I do. I like to use Hollywood movies as a teaching piece. There's a movie called The Island, where there's an island full of cloned people with starting Scarlett Johansson. They're telling you the truth in plain sight. Some of the clones, they be putting them in the island. There's a real island full of cloned people, y'all. Full of cloned celebrities, y'all. And they have to tell you the truth in plain sight. They give you again and again. I tell you, they give you in the form of entertainment. But let's let the clip play.
What are we?
Man, why do I gotta be the guy that tells the kids there's no Santa Claus? Okay, look, you're well, you're not like me. You're not human. You're human, but you're not real. You're not like a real person, like me. You're clones. You're copies of people out here in the world.
What?
Clones?
What?
Copies? What are you talking about? Some hag trophy wife needs new skin for a facelift, or one of them gets sick and they need a new part. They take it from you.
Truth in plain sight. That's what they do. Listen, The mega, look, the mega rich, the mega wealthy, like the guy just said, the mega rich, right? Let's say they might want a new heart, they might want to, you know, whatever body part they need, they're gonna take it from that clone. They're gonna clone you, and they're gonna take the body part that they need. The mega rich does that. How do you think they come up with that type of movie idea to even do in the first place? Because that type of shit exists, ladies and gentlemen. You see, you live in a reality where you get up, you go to work, you pay your bills, you pay your taxes, you celebrate your holidays, you know, you have sex, you eat food, you chill with your friends. That's your version of reality. That's one version of reality. That's just a normal person. That's an average person life. My nigga, there's so much different reality going on around you. You can't even begin to comprehend, bro. The world is so much bigger than that. To you, you just work the 9 to 5 because you're at the bottom of society. You're not up in the lodges. You're not up in society with the wealthy people or the celebrities. That's a whole nother world, dude. You're a little ant. You're a little ant. You know, you got little breadcrumbs. You don't understand the reality that's outside of you, man. You don't understand Hollywood, dude. Again, that's the world you live in. You know what I mean? This is why it's so hard for you to believe. And that's why they give it to you in the form of entertainment, man. But let's continue. All right, ladies and gentlemen. You got Wiz Khalifa, the rapper, telling you he met some clones. He would know because he's a rapper. So he would meet a lot of different type of people that's in the industry. But check this out, though.
Get rude. Is that what we're doing right now?
You ever met a clone?
This is a
Have I met a
clone?
Yeah, I think I met some clones.
See?
Really?
So there's clones amongst us.
Wiz Khalifa's clone, ladies and gentlemen. The new single is out right now. Make sure you get it on iTunes.
Yeah, get Khalifa,
Stream it and all that other stuff.
get Rude Awakening. Yeah, man, get Gucci Cologne.
Not the Gucci Cologne, Gucci Cologne. Conversation about clones right now. Is that what we're doing right now?
You ever met a clone?
This is a
Have I met a clone? Yeah, I think I met some clones.
See?
Really?
So there's clones amongst us.
We're having a big conversation about clones right now. Is that what we're doing right now?
You ever met a clone?
Have I met a clone? Yeah, I think I met some clones.
See?
Really?
So there's clones amongst us.
Wiz Khalifa's clone, ladies and gentlemen. The new single is out right now. Make sure you get it on.
You see that they're trying to laugh it off. They're trying to laugh it off. Because they know damn well that shit exists, man. Because they're in the industry. They're part of they're part of the club. Charlamagne the God, you know, DJ Envy, the radio show. They know cloning exists. That's why they're laughing it off. They have to laugh it off to make you think it's a joke. To make you niggas think it's a joke, man. But let's continue. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I told you that, you know, once you sign yourself to Hollywood, you signing away your body, you signing away your image. That means they could clone you over and over and over until they no longer want to clone you anymore. Until you're done with them, until they finish with you. The bottom pic is the recent picture of Jim Carrey. The top picture is the old Jim Carrey. These are two completely different people, y'all. The top is the real Jim Carrey. The bottom, I don't know what the fuck that is. A clone or whatever. These are two different Jim Carrey, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the lips. Look at the shape of the lips. I'm gonna zoom in. You see how the shape looks? Your lips can't change, brother. You cannot change your lips, my dude. Now look. 2 completely different lips. Again, the top is the real Jim Carrey. The bottom is the clone of Jim Carrey. And people were saying, "Oh no, he just got his facelift. He just looked different. That's not clone. That's not clone. Y'all crazy. Cloning is fake." I just showed you that the former president of the United States banned human cloning. Why would he ban something that's not real? And I just showed you that back in 2002, they cloned a fucking baby. You don't think Hollywood got technology to clone celebrities? And you niggas is still asleep, man. I need to wake up. Again, the world belongs to who? The wicked. The world belongs... That's okay, because y'all can't comprehend the world y'all living in anyways. Y'all the bottom feeders. I'm sorry to say. I'm sorry to say, but y'all the bottom feeders, man. You feel me? But let's continue.
Snuck my phone because I didn't know what the outside world was saying. And so I snuck my phone to see what people were saying. I've just been in this hospital and I couldn't get my mind around it. I had a stroke. I'm in fucking perfect shape. The clone shit threw me. Yes. When they said I was a clone, that made me flip in the hospital. That's it. These motherfuckers are trying to clone me. I didn't have a stroke. So I'm sitting in the hospital bed like these bitch ass. And then I saw me walk into my room. But I'm white. So I see the white me.
But he had a Caesar too? Just
not
like you?
all that. The white me.
Okay, gotcha.
And I'm like, and I'm trying to get their attention. And no one's saying anything.
They know he's telling the truth, but they're trying to laugh it off. They want to give it to you in the form of entertainment. They're trying to laugh it off.
And I'm like, that's it. They trying to clone me. This motherfucker is all the thing. And so the next morning I was out of my bed. I was standing there like Chris Pratt in Jurassic Park. I was like, what the fuck? And Dave was like, what's up, fuck? I said, what's up, Fox? I said, I know what's up. You trying to clone me, motherfucker. I saw the white clone. And I know why you trying to clone me.
Let me ask you something. What does Jamie Foxx mean when he said white clone? If you seen the movie Clone Tyrone, right? They had a clone of a person named Tyrone. They had 8 different type of clone of Tyrone. And one of the last clone that they cloned was a white guy. They eventually cloned Tyrone, but he was a white guy. You know what I mean? But let's continue.
It'll make me white because I'll sell better overseas and all this other kind of So they had to call like my psychiatrist. I had a psychiatrist on board. I'm sitting in this motherfucker.
You read your conspiracy
I'm
theory
thinking I'm a
and
clone.
saying yes.
And when the psychiatrist says, "Are you all right?" and I says, "Am I all right or am I all white?" I saw what happened yesterday. I saw a motherfucker, you trying to get the white motherfucking Jamie Foxx and it ain't gonna happen. So he just calmly goes, I think we're gonna lower your dosage. I snuck my phone because I didn't know what the outside world was saying. And so I snuck my phone to see what people were saying. I've just been in...
Ladies and gentlemen, this is deep. I don't think y'all understand. They can do that. They can turn Jamie Foxx white. Just like they did your boy Michael Jackson. You see how they turned his skin? They said, oh, it was skin cancer. Yeah, skin disease. No. The white Michael Jackson that y'all seeing with the pale white looking skin, that was a clone. If you're a black person, they can make your clone look white. That's how advanced technology. That's how advanced their technology is. They could turn you white. Go watch the movie. They cloned Tyrone. They turned that boy white. I know it sounds crazy. I know you don't want to believe this shit. I'm telling you, do your own research, man. Again, I don't show you they clone a baby. The former president of the United States, Bill Clinton, banned the use of human cloning. And I don't show you the lady that cloned her dog, a life form. What makes you think Hollywood can't do that, man? But let's continue. All right, ladies and gentlemen. You see, people like Jamie Foxx know the cloning shit is real. This is why the old Jamie Foxx tattooed the back of his neck. So niggas like me and people who spiritually in tune will peep that whatever Jamie Foxx y'all see today ain't the real Jamie Foxx. So this right here is Jamie Foxx when he recently got released from the hospital. I think last year or whatever year that was when he went to the hospital and got out. He has no tattoo in the back of his head because that's the fake Jamie Foxx. Now watch this. You see what I mean? I'm gonna get back to this picture, but look, this is the real Jamie Foxx. This is why he tattooed the back of his neck, the back of his head, to let you know, hey man, if I don't have that neck tattoo in the back of my head, that is not me. Why do you think, you know, guys like Mike Tyson and Gucci Mane tattoo their face the way they did? Because it would be harder for them to clone them. It would be hard for them to clone them, but they eventually cloned Gucci. But I'm gonna get to Gucci Mane. I already did a video on Gucci Mane, but I want to focus on Jim Carrey right now. I said Jim Carrey. Jamie Foxx right now. He has a tattoo in the back of his head, y'all. Now fast forward to this. Where is the neck tattoo? Where is the head tattoo? I zoomed in. Where is it? Where is it? That's because they cloned Jamie Foxx. You even got this meme right here. So y'all fucking telling me this is Jamie? Come on, y'all. Look at the shape of the ears. The ears is different. Look at the shape. Look at this part of the ears right here. Two completely different ears. Where's the tattoo? Don't tell me he removed it, because if he removed it, you would have seen it. You would have seen scars. You would have seen that there was a tattoo right there, but his head is clean shaved, clean bald, man. Again, this is Jamie Foxx right here. Tattooed right on his head. Again, this is what they mean by selling your soul to Hollywood. You selling your body, you selling your image. That means they could clone you however time they want. You know what I mean? They could clone you 1,000 times, no matter. Because Jamie Foxx is talented. He's a very talented celebrity. He's a very talented person. He could do stand-up comedy. He played the piano. He can dance. He can act. And he does it very well. And you think they're gonna let him go? They're gonna make millions off of him, man. They're gonna make millions and millions and millions off of his image, man. Like, come on. You see what I'm saying, man? So again, where is the tattoo? Where is it, ladies and gentlemen? You don't see it nowhere near here. And I just played you a clip showing you that he's joking around, telling you he got a white clone. He's talking about being cloned. And he was in a movie called what? Clone Tyrone. Come on, man.
Being interrupted here. Yeah. Well, can we talk or not? Well, we have to wait on The Rock. I'm sure he's got an earth-shattering announcement to make.
Boom. There you have it. Truth in plain sight. Now The Rock is what? The biggest Hollywood movie action star on the planet. This is back in the 90s. He's talking about this, y'all. This is back in the 90s. This guy is talking about cloning. The Rock is most definitely a clone. When you start putting side-by-side picture, you can see how The Rock changed throughout the years. The Rock is definitely a clone, man. This is in the 90s. He's telling you this shit. This is incredible. They put the idea out there. You know what I mean? They put the idea out there and shit like that. You know what I mean? But let's continue. These are clone monkeys, y'all. You're looking at a clone baby monkey. And what makes you think they can't clone a human being? You get the fuck out of here. What makes you think they can't clone a human?
The purpose of doing cloning of monkeys and use monkeys as experimental animals is really for the human health, for the curiosity.
Meat from cloned animals will soon be hitting grocery store shelves, and new Health Canada regulations will not require meat producers to label whether the beef or pork is coming from a cloned animal. We have heard of cloned situations in the past, but now they're hitting the grocery store shelves. So what can you tell us?
Well, I think a lot of people are concerned. About 2 weeks ago, we were hearing from different industry leaders that Health Canada was going to move ahead, considering the offsprings of cloned animals, not the cloned animals per se, to be sold without any labels, without any risk assessment whatsoever. And also, Health Canada doesn't intend to send out a press release to let Canadians know. So there's a lot of unknowns here, and I think a lot of Canadians are caught by surprise. And if you look at social media right now, a lot of people are a little upset by the fact that these products aren't going to be labeled at all. So you and I won't know whether or not the product actually is coming from cloning whatsoever.
Why are they cloning at all? Do we need to do this?
Well, the intent, I mean, it's essentially cloning is about optimizing the genetic pool of a herd, I guess. If there is an animal out there that you feel that has actually provided to the market, you know, the perfect steak with the perfect marbling, you want to, well, recreate that animal. That's what cloning is. We're not talking about lab-grown meat here. That's totally different. Cloning is about optimizing animal genetics, essentially. So it's by cloning another animal that is perfect for the market, and you do that instead of just going through artificial insemination, which is really the conventional way to do it.
Okay, so
You see? They're selling clone meat. Now look, McDonald's sells approximately 6.48 million hamburgers worldwide. This massive global scales break down to about, listen, 75 burgers every second, 4,500 burgers every, I'm sorry y'all, I'm in the sun, I can't see this. Okay, 4,500 burgers every minute, 2.36 billion per year. Ladies and gentlemen, come on. And that's just McDonald's. I didn't even touch on Burger King, KFC. I didn't even touch on any other fast food. Only McDonald's alone. 10 times out of 10, you motherfucker, we're eating clone meat. And the clone meat is very acidic for the body. Ladies and gentlemen, you're not even eating real organic meat anymore, man. They're out here cloning shit. This is crazy. Let's continue.
Agency in the UK is investigating how the offspring of a cloned cow entered the food chain. Authorities say the meat from 2 bulls was retailed despite laws designed to keep it out of consumers' mouths. Europe correspondent Emma Alberici.
This farm in the northeast of Scotland is one of the biggest dairy producers in the UK. It's now under investigation as authorities try to understand how 100 offspring from a cloned cow were allowed to be bred here for human consumption.
We can confirm that in February 2008 we bought 2 bulls privately, which were the offspring of a cloned cow. We investigated whether this was legal at the time and understood that there was no issue.
8 embryos from a cloned cow in the United States were imported to Britain. Farmers are paying tens of thousands of dollars for exact replicas of animals known to provide high milk and beef yields. Under European law, food produced from clones must pass safety tests before it's sold. But so far in the UK, no such permission has been sought.
We're able to monitor very carefully exactly what happens to each of those 2.3 million animals or so that go for beef each year. But this relies, on industry and farmers playing their part too.
Scientists say food from cloned animals is safe, but in the wake of so-called mad cow disease and foot and mouth scares in Britain, consumers are wary.
I just think everything that we eat or that we should consume...
Bullshit is safe.
These things have come into the food chain untested, without any rigorous sort of examination of the side effects. I'm very concerned about that.
The confusion surrounding food safety laws means it's virtually impossible for authorities to say how many cloned animals have entered the UK and exactly where their food products are being sold. Emma Alberici,
everywhere.
ABC News, London.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, hope y'all be good. Y'all stay aware. Your boy's out.